it's too close to school for a little road trip, how about a stop instead at a retro-style diner serving breakfast and lunch? Chef Corey DiPaola and Keegan Coyle are here from Toasty Badger to tell us more, and I will tell you both that I have someone in the office who is a big diner fan.
Oh, yay.
He gave you guys big ups this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you both. Keegan, we'll start with you. Talk to us about Toasty Badger and y'all's vibe.
Absolutely. So Toasty Badger is going to be a 70s themed diner right on South Congress, so steps away from all the shopping. We are just right up the road, right before the new HEB. So you can pop in at any point, go shopping, come see us, and get diner classics as well as some twists on some new classic dishes. With that being said, we have the entire diner decked out in complete 70s vintage vibes. We want you to come in and feel like you're taken back in time, and at the same time, feel like you're a part of the community, right? Like back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, there were no phones. We weren't distracted by that many things. So it was a lot of just like togetherness and community and being a part of your local community. And so that's really what the heart of Toasty is about. And so with all of that, we have delicious food here for you today. And we're located at 2206 South Congress Avenue.
Sounds good to me. I like that it's a throwback to the 70s. You don't hear that very often for restaurant concepts, but I will say, looking at your marketing materials, it's a very cozy vibe. I think it's really cool. Okay, Chef Corey, talk to us about what's on the menu, including some of the things that we see in front of us today.
Sure. So at Toasty Badger, we focus a lot on doing food that's really simple but comforting and nostalgic. We pretty much do everything there from scratch, so there's a lot of focus that goes into the preparation, which is what makes things kind of unique. But the whole idea is to bring people together so that you can build memories and just relax at a table. So,
okay. And does that mean traditional diner favorites?
It does mean some traditional diner favorites, yes.
Okay, and a couple of twists as well.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What do we have in front of us today?
So this is going to be our avocado toast. So we have some toasted sourdough from one of our local bakeries with avocado spread on top. We topped that with a little bit of salsa matcha, so we're adding a little bit of that kind of Texas flair into there. We have some confit tomatoes, which are really beautiful. They're nice and in season right now. And then we top it with a nice crispy seed topping that has, some sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and then a little micro cilantro as a garnish on top.
Okay, so I think everybody's just picked up on the fact that, yes, this is a diner, but it is elevated because if you're using the word tomato confit, officially we've moved into finer dining.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I guess you guys didn't know this, but pancakes with chocolate chips, my favorite thing on the planet.
It's mine too.
Is it yours too?
Every time I go in there to eat, I can't leave without ordering one myself.
Okay, what do you have over here for this pancake?
So every month we do a new pancake of the month, and this one is our s'mores. So we have a marshmallow crema that's spread on top, some graham cracker, and then chocolate chips, of course.
Lovely.
So nice, comforting,
and
nostalgic
kicking it back
favorite.
to summer.
Right.
That's perfect. So it's going to change up every month, which means we are towards the end of the s'mores pancake.
So the last couple of days to get it.
Okay, can you give me a hint as to what's coming next, or do we know?
Top secret.
Top secret. Check out socials though.
Okay, find out on social media. That's a good place to go. All right, what we want to see today is a watermelon salad, something nice and refreshing. Talk to me about what's going on here.
So as we all know, it's very hot outside, and so the inspiration for this dish was to do something that's light and refreshing and gonna kind of cool you down a little bit. It's very common for people to eat cucumbers and melons with tahini. It's like a little snack that people enjoy a lot.
Sure.
So what we've kind of decided to do is turn this into a little salad dish. So I'm actually gonna demonstrate it here. We're gonna take a mix of a couple of different melons, and then we make our own jalapeno vinegar in-house.
So I'm going to say I was wrong to say watermelon. It's different types of melon. So I'm looking at honeydew, cantaloupe, a couple of different types.
Correct. So we kind of let that marinate for just a little bit, and then we take some whipped queso fresco to give it some creaminess on the bottom.
Queso fresco, not necessarily an ingredient I would have chosen, but I'm guessing it brings a little bit of saltiness to what's going on.
Indeed. And the texture, it really helps with the texture a lot. It adds that creaminess to it.
Sure.
So then what we do is we will put our melons down in this queso fresco.
And what was the vinegar that you put it in? So it's kind of a quick pickle, right?
Kind of, yeah. It's a jalapeno vinegar, so it adds a little brightness and spice to it.
Lovely.
Which kind of brings it to life a little bit. And then what we'll do is we will garnish with some cucumbers.
Okay, so this is looking like the healthiest thing I could have probably eaten in the last 2 weeks.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's like I said.
And the jalapeno really brings out the natural juices of the melon as well. So it's
Yeah, you kind of
perfect.
do both when you do that with the spiciness and something that's naturally sweet, and a little red onion for an extra flavor kick.
That's right, and a little bit of color as well.
And although we have these really fun dishes, and Chef Corey likes to talk about them with his chef terms, I would say we're definitely more of an affordable diner. Anyone
Okay.
and everyone, like we have so many regulars. We are very local, community driven. We partner with the community a lot, especially around South Congress. So this is affordable for the whole family.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've identified most elements that you've put on there, Chef Corey, including the jalapeno bits, which look awesome. But what are you putting on top now?
So, as I was mentioning before, tahini is a pretty common thing to put on there. So
Yeah.
what we've done is we've made our own. One of my favorite flavor combinations is Urfa chili flakes and melons.
I've never even heard of them.
So it's a Turkish chili flake. It has this like tropical flavor, so it complements really well. So we use the Urfa as the chili in the tahini.
Okay, lovely. And then you're just garnishing on top?
And then we just put a little bit of mint on there just to
Fresh mint.
brighten it up even more.
A very green dish. Your belly is going to be happy after having something like this, especially if you started with the pancake like I would.
That's right.
Okay. Let's talk about what's going on for monthly programming. Keegan, can you help me with
Yes,
that?
absolutely. So tonight, actually, we have brought back our book swap dinner. It's $35 and you get 3-course meal. Meanwhile, we're also playing White Elephant with your book. So you bring your book in, we wrap them up, we write the genre on it, you can draw a little picture if you want, and then everyone sits down, we start our salad course, and we go through all of our courses, and then we play White Elephant. So you grab a book, you unwrap it, you show the class, and then you have the option to steal a book, so it gets a little competitive, a little juicy, if you will. But it's a really great time. You always leave with a new friend, and it's really just one of those nights that, like, it's a Thursday night, come hang out with us, come make a new friend, grab a little cocktail, if you will, and just have a good Thursday and make new friends.
I love that.
Yeah, so
and
fun.
A blind book swap. Not something I've heard of before, but
It's
a really good way to
new.
grow
Yeah.
community. Okay, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you both so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Make a reservation online today, or you can stop by loboshospitality.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by CRS Marble and Granite. If you're looking to put natural stone, porcelain, or quartz in your home, CRS Marble and Granite wants to make sure you find the right fit. Zachary Cortez is here with some tips for us today. My very first question for you, Zach, is what makes CRS Marble and Granite different than other countertop suppliers?
So here at CRS, we kind of handhold the client to choose the material that they're interested in. We give them the pros and cons of everything and kind of make it an easier process so it's not so stressful.
Well, and I know you guys are expanding at this time, so it's more important than ever that you guys are one-on-one with clients. But
Oh,
that's
yes.
really important to you.
Yes, definitely, yeah, because it can be an overwhelming experience when you first walk into a showroom. So.
Well, and I'll say the showroom is absolutely gorgeous, even just what we're standing
Oh,
in
yeah.
front of here. What am I looking at?
So this is a quartzite called Cristallo, and it's one that you can backlight. People have done for countertops, bar areas, so it's a really unique stone.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay. How is the inventory in your warehouse sourced?
So everything is sourced from all over the world. Our owners go out to the quarries and get to select the blocks that they bring back for us to sell to clients.
All right, let's talk about how many countertop options there are out there today. As you said, it can be a touch overwhelming if you don't have the right help. How do clients know what material is right for them?
So we kind of ask them questions as we're walking. We kind of see what they're kind of gravitating towards, very low maintenance options such as quartz, or if they're wanting something a little more unique and timeless, to do natural stone. So it just depends on the project. And as we're walking with the clients, we kind of get an idea of what they will like.
What's trending right now in design?
So right now, neutrals and warm tones have been very popular for the last couple of years. I know a couple of years ago it was whites and grays that kind of went out of style. It'll come back eventually, but right now the neutrals and warm tones. One of the most popular stones is Taj Mahal. It's a quartzite, and that one is a very highly sought after material. That one that is just durability-wise, it works, and it's timeless and elegant in design, so you can't go wrong.
Well, we've talked about natural stone, we've talked about quartz. What would be a situation where someone might want porcelain?
So porcelain is another option. It's been fairly recently more popular over the last couple of years. People like to do it for fireplace surrounds, backsplash shower surrounds, but it also can be used as a countertop.
Do people need an appointment to come in?
So that's a good thing. No appointment necessary. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays, 9 to 2, and then we're at North Austin, 2301 Scarborough Drive, Suite 360. People can just walk in anytime.
You guys do great work here. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Stop by the showroom Monday through Saturday to see what stone fits your needs and see everything they have to offer at crsgranitetexas.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by CRS Marble and Granite. Welcome back, everybody. Rock band Riftwood is currently traveling the country on their North American tour, and they've got a stop tonight right here in Austin at Antone's. Joining us now are members of the band Carson, Hiram, and Shredder. Such good names for being in a band. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Lovely to see you. Carson, how'd this band come to be?
So all of us kind of met towards the end of elementary school, and we just became super close friends. And we actually saw this show on Netflix called Julie and the Phantoms. And it's basically just a show about a band, and we were like, we want to do that. And so without knowing any instruments, really, we just kind of claimed our different roles and kind of went from there.
Well, tell me what your roles are.
So I'm guitarist and vocalist, songwriter.
I'm also a guitarist, vocalist, and songwriter.
And I'm the drummer.
And you are the drummer, Shredder on the
Yes.
drums. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Okay, Hiram, you've just released a new single called Run It. Talk to me about the inspiration behind it.
So it's probably one of our more heavy songs. When I was writing the guitar riff for it, I was kind of thinking a little grunge like Spoon Man from Soundgarden. That was one of my main inspirations.
Sure.
And then I couldn't figure out a line for the chorus. It just didn't. Nothing really worked well. So I just threw one line out there, and it was "Run It." And so when the song's going, it's like, I'm like, "Run it," and that's really all the chorus is.
And it stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck,
Yeah.
and it's pretty fun for the crowd too. So.
Oh, good. Something they can shout along with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, Carson, talk to me about your songwriting process, because it sounds like you've got a couple of you in the mix.
Yeah, we all kind of do our own things, but it usually starts with me or Hiram coming up with some sort of guitar riff or vocal melody, or even sometimes like the title of the song.
Okay, that's so interesting to me, because it's not always the same thing first,
Yeah,
right? You
it's
guys
different.
don't write poetry and then put it to music.
Yeah, it's really a different process every time. Sometimes it's the same, but a lot of times it just forms however it feels it has to be formed, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And does that mean you take the lead on a song and then you take a lead on a song, or do you guys work together?
We definitely work together on a lot. Sometimes it's more than others, and usually whoever is the main songwriter of the song will sing the song, since we're both vocalists, and then we'll bring it together to Shredder, and he'll, at his drum part, he'll take a while to write something unique, and we'll like build the layout from that as well.
Cool. I mean, and you guys are 16 and 17 years old.
Yeah.
It is pretty darn impressive what you guys are up to.
Thank
so,
you.
Shredder, you guys are performing tonight in Austin at Antone's, as I said at the top of the show.
Yes,
What can
we
we
are.
expect?
Well, we have 19 songs, kind of go up and down, and overall just super fun. It's fun to meet all the fans every night. I'm really excited about tonight's
Yeah.
show.
Tell me about the kind of breadth of the 19 songs. Do we go from really upbeat to some slower music? What
Yeah,
can we expect?
We do. We start really high, super high energy for a few songs, and then we kind of dip it down and come back.
Ah, okay.
We got some.
End on a high note.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some oldies and some new ones off this our second album.
Your second album, is that the one that's coming out?
Yep.
Current one,
Okay,
September
yeah.
18th.
All right, yeah, we want to talk about that, so we'll get back to it in just a second. But Hiram, you recently wrapped up a sold-out tour. I want like high
Yes.
fives, high
Thank
fives,
you.
high
Come
fives.
on.
Sold-out tour in the UK. Just tell me how that feels.
Oh, it feels so great. I mean, it is one of the best feelings ever to go, really anywhere, but especially to go outside of your home country and have people singing the lyrics to your songs and buying tickets. It is one of the most amazing feelings ever, and we couldn't be more grateful for our fans.
Yeah, does anybody else want to add into that? How did it feel?
Basically what Hiram said, it was just the
Yeah.
most surreal experience I think we've ever had. The fans were amazing, the shows were great, and we've never been to anywhere in the UK, so we were just sightseeing, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
great.
It was really
It was
great.
incredible.
Yeah, fun stuff. Okay, Shredder, talk to me about what it's like touring as teenagers, because you guys feasibly still have some schoolwork to do along the way.
Yeah, it's definitely not normal. It's
Yeah.
fun to come back to school and say, oh yeah, we were on a tour all summer.
No big deal. What'd you
no
get
big,
up to
no
this
big deal,
summer?
but it's overall just such a great experience. I'm so glad we're able to do it.
Yeah, and how do you then keep up with your schoolwork when you're doing all this busy work as a band?
Well, right now we're on summer break, so we don't have schooling going on. But when we come back, most things can be online now after COVID. So it's not as hard to manage anymore.
Gotcha. So you're having some like
So we
supplementary education.
can balance it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, because you guys kind of have like a full-time job
Yeah.
before you're ever fully adults, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Hiram, we talked briefly about that new album that's coming out in September. It's called Butterfly in Black and White. Talk to me a little bit more about it.
So it kind of has this overarching message, which is in like dark times, you can still find hope, and kind of looking at the positives through the negatives. It's this sort of yin yang thing, which is butterfly in black and white. And so a lot of the songs we didn't write specifically for that message, but it kind of just happened to work that way. And then the actual song Butterfly in Black and White did have that meaning, and I think it encapsulates what we were trying to get across that whole time. So
Well, it sounds like there's some depth in your songwriting there. It's not just all like one night, let's go party, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like there are some deeper themes that you guys are exploring.
yeah, we definitely like to think a lot, and of course we experience our own things, and then we try and connect with the people listening to our music. So I definitely like to think about things deeply, especially for songwriting.
Yeah, something that people can really connect with. Okay, Carson, this is really big. Rob Cavallo, the producer behind Green Day, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, he's worked with y'all.
Yeah.
How did it feel to work with him?
It was really the craziest thing, because I always say if you were to ask us 2 years ago who our dream producer to work with would be, we would have said Rob Cavallo, because we are massive Green Day fans, and all of his work. We knew exactly who he was when his wife reached out to us through a DM. I mean, I remember sitting on the couch and just reading it, and my jaw just dropped. I was like, I knew exactly who it was.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Guys, we're going to have to leave it there, but I just want to say congratulations and break a leg out there tonight.
Thank you
okay?
so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate it. You can see Riftwood tonight live at Antone's and get more information by visiting riftwood.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by the Drive Away for Education raffle. The Texas Yes Drive Away for Education raffle is in full swing, and you can participate for a chance to win a brand new vehicle, all while helping provide school supplies to students in need. Executive Director Danielle Gunter is here to tell us more. And Danielle, for those viewers who aren't familiar with Texas Yes, can you remind us about your organization and your mission?
Yes, so for 30 years, our main goal has been providing educational support primarily to elementary students that are in Title I areas. And we've expanded our services to help also support middle school, and then some of our programs also support high schools as well. But really, our whole thing is just bridging the educational gap between schools that are not Title I and the Title I schools that we serve. So one of our biggest programs is our Box of Dreams, where we provide free school supplies to Title I elementary students across Texas. Here in the Austin area, we support Del Valle ISD, and it's a really exciting time. We've been partnered with them for the last several years, and so we go into their elementary schools. We hand every student a free school supply kit, everything so that they can go to school, feel confident, have the tools to be successful in the classroom.
Your annual Drive Away for Education campaign is underway. Talk to us about how this campaign supports students across Texas and a little bit more about it.
Yes, so we're in our 9th year. We're really excited, and our goal is simple. we want to give away a brand new vehicle thanks to Thomas J. Henry. But in return, every time that a viewer purchases a raffle ticket, it's actually going to help 3 students receive a free school supply kit, which is really a big win for the students and for the viewers as well. So again, we've been partnered with Thomas J. Henry. He has actually bumped up the opportunity. So in the past, we've given away, we started with 2 cars or 3 cars, and now we have the option for a grand prize winner to choose from 6 different vehicles. So there's a little something for everybody, smaller SUVs, there's a truck, and we do have an electric vehicle this year, the Volkswagen ID Buzz.
But there's also lots of other opportunities to win.
Yes, so since mid-June, we have been doing weekly drawings where anybody who's purchased a raffle ticket is entered to win. They can win a $250 gift card. We will continue that through the end of the campaign, which is August 9th, and they're still eligible to win the grand prize. And not only is somebody going to vehicle, but we're also going to give away a $4,000 shopping spree, a $2,500 gas gift card, which everybody can use right now.
It's a wonderful time to get in on raffle tickets. So
Yes.
talk to me, how can we purchase them?
So viewers can go online to texasyesproject.org. They can purchase their tickets 1 for $25, 3 for $50, or 10 for $100, which is a really good deal. All of the vehicles that are available for the grand prize winner range from a value of $43,000 up to $60,000. So for $100, really great opportunity to win.
Wonderful that it's giving back to so many students in need. Danielle, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Get your raffle tickets today at texasyesproject.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by the Drive Away for Education raffle.
He's known as America's top medium connecting physical humans with their loved ones on the other side. He's an author, TV star, and social media personality. We caught up with Matt Frazier ahead of his tour, so take a look. Joining me now is psychic medium Matt Frazier. Hi, Matt. How are things?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to learn more about you and your story and what's happening right now in your life. So let's start with this. At what point in your life did you know that you had the ability to do readings and receive messages from the other side?
You know, that's a really good question. So I grew up like that little boy from The Sixth Sense. I grew up seeing and hearing and feeling spirit, but I didn't realize that I could control it. I didn't realize that I could actually deliver readings and help people connect with their loved ones. I just thought at such a young age that I was seeing ghosts. It wasn't until my teenage years that I went to see a medium myself, because my parents and my family had also had this gift of connecting with the other side, but they kept it a secret. They didn't tell anybody. They were afraid of it. They ran from it. And when I was in my teens, I went to see a medium myself to see what it was that I was running away from. And I left learning an amazing, amazing lesson. And that is that it was actually a gift. It was a gift that I could use to help people to heal, to put people back in touch with their loved ones, and show people that your loved ones never die. They're always with you.
Okay, it's interesting that you say that they kind of hid it from you for a long time, because in my research, I found that your mom and grandma both had the gift as well. So once you kind of did know this was a thing and that you became kind of in tune with the gift as well, were you influenced by them in any way, or how did that relationship kind of work as far as all of you sharing this amazing gift?
So you have to realize that even though my grandmother and my mom are mediums, it does not mean that they had, you know, a psychic tea room or they did this publicly, right? This was just a gift that they had. My grandmother would get premonitions. My grandmother would know things before they happened. My mom was someone that was extremely, extremely intuitive. She picked up on people's feelings, emotions. You know, she herself would see and receive messages from spirit. But they never did this professionally. Back in those days, you could not talk about it, couldn't speak about it. You know, the only thing that was left to do was silence it. And that's what I did for most of my life. I watched my grandmother and my mom do this, and I felt like I had to do the same. It wasn't until later on in life that I realized, wait, I can actually use this. I can use this to help people to heal.
That's so fascinating. And so for people that are maybe unfamiliar with what all of this is, right? How exactly does a reading work? Or, and you know, in other terms, how are you able to communicate with the physical person in front of you and someone on the other side?
So what's truly amazing is that when you lose somebody, someone that you love, someone that you care about, the moment that they get to the other side, here's something that's not known. They are trying to get in touch with you. They're trying to get in touch with you using signs, using dreams, and sometimes even through a psychic medium like myself. So your loved ones in spirit use me like a telephone line. What they really want to do is they want to validate with you that they're with you through all of life moments, that they see what you're going through right now. And more importantly, that they are still part of your family and that love never dies. So as a medium, my whole job is communication. It's putting you back in touch with your loved ones in spirit, because so many times we lose a loved one and we feel that there's a message that's unsaid, right? We feel as though we didn't get to say goodbye. Maybe it was that you have questions that you wish you could ask your loved ones. Well, that's where I come in as a medium. And what's so beautiful is that with every reading that I do, it's proof and validation that your loved ones are still with you. They are sending signs and they are by your side.
Yeah, I have to imagine that's therapeutic and cathartic for a lot of people. And with that, I have to imagine there's a lot of impact for you, seeing the way that people heal and benefit from this. So at what point did you think that you would make this a career? And did you ever foresee yourself doing it as long as you have?
I never thought that this would be a career for me. To be honest with you, I started my career doing something that I loved, and that was working as an emergency medical technician. I was an EMT. I worked for the World Trade Center in Boston, and I thought that my life was all figured out. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be a paramedic, and then later on go into the medical fields because that's where my heart always was. But the moment that I realized that I could help people heal on a different level, on a spiritual level, on a grieving level, I realized one thing. Healing comes from within. And the moment that I started giving people little readings and I saw the impact that it made, I realized, oh my God, there's a much bigger journey that's here. So in the beginning, it never was my career. It literally was me just helping out friends, helping out family members, and word traveled quickly to the point where a reality TV show came to be. I was asked to travel the country and to do a world tour, and all these things started happening. And at that moment, I realized that heaven had a bigger plan.
I love that. Well, speaking of tour, you are hitting the road later this summer and through the fall. So what can audiences expect from their time with you while on tour this fall?
So the same way that people have seen me give readings on, Kelly Clarkson's show, on The Housewives, on Botched, on The Doctors, the same way that people see me give readings to A-list celebrities, and people have seen me give readings on my television show, you can accept the same in person. During my event, I'm going to be all over the room. And what's so beautiful is that it doesn't matter where you sit, it just matters that you're there. 1 minute, I might be talking to somebody in the front row who had lost their mom. The next thing you know, being in the back with someone who had lost their dad. The next thing you know, climbing up on the balcony because someone had lost their, sister or their mother. What's so beautiful is that what is first starts out as a show becomes a beautiful family reunion with heaven. And it's proof. It's proof that your loved ones are there and with you. Everyone who leaves, their eyes are left open, right? Their eyes are opened up to a new world, a new way of communicating, and a new sense of knowing that their loved ones have truly never left them.
Yeah, it sounds like a very profound experience for everyone involved. Now, for you, is there a specific reading that stands out to you from over the years, whether that be because it was surprising, emotional, specifically impactful, however you kind of want to take that?
Oh my God, I'll never forget this reading that I did. There was this woman who came to my event who was a skeptic. And listen, I love skeptics. I love the skeptical ones. But this woman came, she was very skeptical, but also open. She wanted to see if it was real. Well, she came with her 2 daughters and she was hoping to hear from her husband who had passed on. And when I started to connect with her and tell her that her husband was there, you could tell that she really wasn't believing in it, right? She really wasn't buying it. And then all of a sudden I asked her husband in spirit, I said, show me something that's going to help your wife to believe, something that only she would know. And all of a sudden, he showed me his gravesite and he showed me a headstone and he showed me about, this thing being buried with him, I didn't know if it was like an urn or another casket. And I looked at her and I'm like, your husband's showing me that there's someone that's buried with him. And she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And the daughters were looking at their mother like, this guy's crazy, right? And all of a sudden, he showed me a dog with him in spirit. I said, your husband just said to me that you buried him with the dog. And the girls were looking at their mom like, Mom, what's he talking about? What's he talking about? And the mother looked at me and all of a sudden her face dropped and she went, oh my God, nobody knows this. My girls don't know this. She's like, but after my husband died, she goes, I went back to the cemetery. She goes, and I dug a hole and I buried our dog that had passed with my husband. Well, right away, not only could she feel it, but everybody in the audience had that aha moment. Like, there's no way this could have possibly known. Her own daughters didn't even know. Well, it was all caught on camera. It's all on my YouTube page. And what was amazing is that reading went on to, hit millions and millions of views because right in that moment, she realized something. She realized her husband was okay. She realized that life continued after death. And she also realized something that most people didn't. And that was that pets actually make it to the other side as well. We never truly lose anybody.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and speaking of, you mentioned she was a skeptic to start, and I know there's a lot of skeptics out there about the psychic world and kind of what you do and what all this looks like. So what kind of advice would you have to share maybe for the skeptics out there in regards to, the authenticity of what you do and the impact of what you do?
Come to an event. Come to an event and see it for yourself, because I love the skeptical ones. I can't tell you how many husbands have been dragged by their wives who came and said, I don't believe, I don't want a reading, there's no way. And then have left forever changed, because I want to reach the skeptics. I want to reach the people who don't believe. I want to reach the people that are on the fence, because the one thing that I can do is I can show them, listen, you may think that you're alone. You may think that your loved ones are gone. I promise you that they're not. And that's what I'm hoping that a reading does. I'm hoping that a reading pulls that healing out, that shows people, listen, you don't have to grieve. You don't have to cry, because your loved ones are with you every day.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And fans really got to know you and your family a lot deeper when you did your show pre-COVID, Meet the Frasers, and then it's obviously no longer on air. But tell me what it was like kind of making that show with your family, and is there any interest on your behalf of venturing back into TV and, maybe a different avenue, but in the future?
So I got to tell you, it was amazing, because that show was literally the beginning of the whole Matt Fraser world, right? Coming on tour, really the first time sharing my family with the world and giving them a behind the scenes look. It was an incredible TV show. We actually did a follow-up called The Frasers Plus One, where we did a special when our son Royce was born. And, now I would love to get back into reality TV. I got to be honest with you. Having had the TV show and then the follow-up special, it's just been incredible. And there's been so much of my work that's been put on different television shows and on YouTube and whatnot. And I always keep hearing the same thing. I found so much comfort. I found so much peace. There are so many people that are hurting right now that are just looking for that little glimpse of hope. And I'm hoping that that's what I can do for them.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to see you back on TV. And finally here, you're an author, you're a TV star, as we discussed, a touring psychic, and so many other things. What's still ahead for you, or something that you would like to do?
Right now I'm working on my next book. And it's funny because I never know where Spirit's going to lead me, right? It's all a journey. And it's funny because when I wrote my last book, Don't Wait Till You're Dead, I said to myself, oh, I think this is going to be it. I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to leave it with this. And then it's funny because things keep coming to me and keeps coming to me and keeps coming to me. So I'm working on my next book right now. I'm really excited to share the details when it's done. And it's amazing because every day I'm learning, right? Every day I'm learning this new language of communicating with spirit. Just like I teach the people that come to my shows, that come to my events. Your loved ones in spirit are learning how to communicate with you. You're learning how to communicate with them. And even as a medium, I don't know everything there is to know about the other side. I'm learning day by day through the readings that I give.
Yeah, I think that's really special. We can't wait to see that book. Can't wait to see you on tour this fall. Matt, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me here today.
For ticketing and more information on Matt's tour, visit meetmattfraser.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by the Parker Publishers. Don Valley is a pilot who has taken his own background and put passion to paper in his debut novel called Flying Into Darkness. He joins us now to tell us more about this book. Don, let's start with this. So walk me through the first 60 seconds of a takeoff. What do you see? What do you hear? How does your body feel? And then tell me how much of that experience is actually on the page within this book.
That experience is exactly what's written in the book.
Yeah.
As far as it comes to my character Evan's first time flying, when he went for his introductory flight, he was all excited about going for this flight and learning how to fly, and he was in the airplane, taxied out to the runway, and then his instructor took off, and he was excited and he felt good until he looked out the window and looked down at the ground, and his stomach flip-flops, and he realizes he's afraid of heights. And he didn't think you'd be able to learn how to fly. That's exactly how I felt on my introductory flight. I didn't think I'd be able to learn how to fly.
Most authors or novelists kind of have one sentence that they're maybe afraid to leave in the book. Is there one that stands out like that for you that you did leave in?
I don't know the exact sentence, but it's when at the end of the book when the character is standing in the prison yard and he looks up and he sees a plane fly over and he realizes he'll never be able to be free and fly again. And I could never imagine that, being able to be in an airplane flying.
Yeah. For you, what made you willing to put something that you were so passionate about and so good at kind of, in a different perspective within the book?
Well, I had this story in my head for a long time about a pilot who becomes a serial killer. And I wasn't sure how I could convince a reader that this pilot would actually fly places to to commit his murders.
Yeah.
And then I remembered my angel flight, and that gave me a reason to fly to different cities around the Northeast when I lived up there. And I figured, well, I can put that in the book, and that gives them reasons to go there.
So something I love about a book is when it really is a conversation starter, right? Or it causes two sides of a very specific topic. And for you, it's very Team Evan or Team Never Evan, which is interesting. So what's something that you kind of hope the readers are left thinking about, or just something they take away after reading this?
Well, the character Evan was very capable in hiding who he was. And I think it'll make people think that they don't really know who they're working alongside or standing next to or even married to. I mean, do you really know the person?
Yeah. Don, anything else that you want people to know about this book?
No, just that I had fun writing it, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, very cool.
And it's my debut novel, and I never thought I'd write a book.
Well,
And
congratulations
here
on it. It's very exciting. People can get their own copy of it. Don, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Learn more by visiting DonValleyAuthor.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by the Parker Publishers.
We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.
Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.
Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by CRS Marble and Granite, Texas Yes Project, and Parker Publishers.